What's up guys, it's David MixWave, here to do a walkthrough on the new MixWave Aaron Gillespie drum library. We're going to look at the individual kit pieces and dive into the plugin, so let's check it out. So this is the default kit preset when you open the plugin up. I have it set as a stereo MIDI instance. No additional processing or plugins added. We're going to look at the individual kit pieces. So we have a Gretsch Brooklyn Maple, 24x14 with a regular felt beater, and then with a muted Fleets beater option. Regular, muted. Going into snares, we have the Kaplinger steel snare, which is 14x6.5. We have the Gretsch bell brass, also 14x6.5. We have the black brass, also 14x6.5. The Kerf tulip stave snare, and the vintage chrome, which is a 14x5 muted. We also have a side snare, which is a 14x5 vintage aluminum. Going to toms, we have our rack tom, which is a 13x9 Gretsch Brooklyn Maple. And we have a 13x9 muted. Moving to floor toms, we have floor tom 1, which is going to be the 16x16 muted option. And we have our floor tom 2, which is an 18x16 Gretsch Brooklyn Maple. And the muted. Now getting into the cymbals and overheads, we'll start out with our hi-hat, which is a Zildjian K Constantinople, and a 17-inch muted. We have our Zildjian A Avitas 21-inch muted. We have our Zildjian K Lite 24-inch ride muted. And last, we have our Zildjian A Avitas 22-inch. And the muted. So that's the kit view. If we move into Mixer 1, you're going to see the options for control, for all the volume, as well as individual solos and mutes for the kit. So we can take a look at this while we have some drums playing. Now, with the default preset, we also have, this is a mixed preset, so you have all of the processing on. We can take that off if we like. We also have a boost. The boost is subtle, but it does make a big difference. We also have the ability to tune the kit. So if you want to tune it up or down, we can do that as well. Put that back there. Now moving into Mixer 2. Mixer 2 is we're going to have our controls over our overheads and cymbals, as well as our different room mics. And same thing here, we can tune the cymbals differently if we would like, and we can also opt out for the mix and boost knob. Last but not least, we also have our MIDI mapping. MIDI mapping can be a confusing topic. If you have an E-kit, different E-kits will have different default MIDI mappings. So we do have different presets available. If you're using different, if you're coming from a different library before, like Superior or EasyDrummer. So you have the ability to change the mapping so that it pretty much snaps right to that. You can also make your own custom MIDI mapping here. So you can change the default on which note is going to be which. So for this example, you would click the button and then you would hit your kit piece. So this would be your kick. So you would hit your kick pad and then it would decide which note that corresponds to. Same thing goes for, different flams and side sticks and rolls and such. So if you are trying to figure out how to get this set up with your E-kit, this is where you're going to want to start. This will make the most sense. Now we also have different preset options that are baked into the plugin. So, let's take a couple looks at what we have. That's what the MIDI kit sounds like, which is really cool. Let's hear this Luddy snare. And let's try matching shells. Some additional notes. We also have the ability to submix and adjust the volume of those individual inputs. So if you want boost the kick up or boost the snare up with the submix, you can do that. We also have some additional compression, EQ, and tape available on the master output. So if you can go here, you can hear how that really grabs it. Quick look at the MIDI window. This is what my beat looks like. Thanks for checking out this walkthrough, guys. If you have further questions, feel free to leave them down here or go over to support.mixwave.net, where you can check out more helpful guides and tutorials for our plugins. Feel free to follow us on socials like Instagram and Facebook, where we have more videos coming up every day to talk to you about our new products. Thanks for checking it out. Have a good one.